we're going to write some code to convert between units. Specifically, the units we're going to convert between are inches, feet, and yards. So to store those values, we'll create variables for inches, feet, and we'll create a variable for yards. To make it easy to change the values, we will change the variables into sliders. So we just right click on each variable and pick the slider option. Okay. We're also going to use buttons, so when we click on the button, that'll do the conversion. So we're going to get rid of the default image. We're going to search and choose a new sprite, and we want a button, and we're going to use the blue button. We can also name the button, so we'll name this the inches button, and then we will move that up by the inches. And then we need to put some text on that. And also, we don't need the second button, so we'll just remove that, and we just want the blue button. So we'll do some text, and we want the text in here. We will say inches convert. And if you need to move it, you can use the arrow to move that. There we go. Okay. And also, you can use the fill to change color if you'd like. So if you want red or black, you can use the sliders to change the color. Now, once we've adjusted our button, we'll go back to our code, and then we want a button for each of the others. So we'll duplicate that, and then we'll duplicate it again. Okay, so we want a feet button and a yards button. And we'll just reposition these just a little bit so they kind of line up. Okay, so this button will be our feet button. So we'll change the name on that. And then this one is our yard button. Okay. And then for the yard button, we'll go in and we will change the text. Yard convert. And let's go ahead and we'll move him down so he's on the button. And then we'll do the same with the feet button. We'll go in and let's try this. We'll do our text. There we go. And we will say feet convert. And we'll go back to our code. Now in Scratch, each button or each image, each sprite, has its own set of code. The event to kick off, when we click the button, there is an event that says when the sprite is clicked. Okay, so we're on the inches convert, and we can see that here. We can see it's selected here. So when we click the inches button, so let's say we have 36 inches. Okay, how many feet is 36 inches? So we need to calculate that. So we'll go down to our variables, and we'll say we're going to set the feet and we're going to set the yards to the appropriate value. So there are 12 inches in a foot, so to convert inches to feet, we're going to have to do division. So we will say we'll take the inches, divide by 12 to come up with the feet. There are 3 feet in a yard, so we'll also have to divide. Okay, and this time we will do the variable feet. Since we've already calculated feet now, we can say feet divided by 3. Okay, and that's always good to test our program out. So let's click on the button inches convert, And notice it changed feet to 3, yards to 1. If I run this up to 72 and say inches convert, 72 inches is 6 feet, or it's 2 yards. Okay, so we need to do the same thing to our feet button. We'll have to do the event when the sprite is clicked, and then we're going to have to use our variables. We're going to have to calculate inches, and we will have to calculate yards. Okay, and to do that, we will need feet to calculate both those. So we'll just go ahead and drag those variables out. And then operators. There are 12 inches in a foot, so we will need to multiply feet times 12 to get the number of inches. And again, there's 3 feet in a yard, so we will need to take our feet divided by 3 to get the number of yards. Okay, and let's test that out. So let's go with, there's 15 feet. Let's go ahead and do our feet convert by clicking on that. We can also click on the when the sprite is clicked, but we'll click on our button. Okay, so 15 feet is 5 yards, or 180 inches. And we can try it out. Let's try it with 12. Okay, one more. So we need to calculate our yard conversion. So one more event. We need the when the sprite is clicked. Then our variables, we're going to have to calculate feet and then also calculate inches. Okay, and to do that, we'll need our yards. So we're going to start with the yards, and then we're going to say, okay, there are 3 yards in a foot. So we'll need to say yards times 3 will give us the number of feet. To get to inches, we could do it using yards, or since we've already calculated feet, we can go ahead and do it that way. So we'll say there are 12 inches in a foot, so we'll say feet times 12 is our number of inches. Okay, let's go back and let's set yards down to 1, and we'll do a conversion. 3 feet, 36 inches. We'll set yards up to 3, and we'll convert it. 9 feet, 180 inches. Okay, so what we've done is written a simple little program to do conversions. We ran through and we had to figure out how do we convert between those. We created buttons to launch the code for each of the conversions. In the bottom in the description, you'll see a link, and that has some activities of some different conversions you can try on your own. Try them out. Make sure the numbers make sense. Make sure you're doing the right calculations. Try some more. Best way to get good at coding is to practice and try and talk with others if you need to. Do a little research. Keep at it though. Have fun coding in Scratch.